BodyBags, where horror lies.
Welcome to BodyBags, week 133 here on the channel. It's Saturday, I'm OUTSIDER365. Hello. So the movie I'm going to talk about this week, I briefly kind of touched on last week when I did the 2014 version of it. So yeah, I'm going to talk about the original titled Dreaded Sundown from 1976. So this movie was directed by Charles B. Pierce, and it was starring Ben Johnson, Andre Prine, and Dawn Wells. So the story of this is based on a real-life serial killer that operated around on the border, this town called Texarkana, which is kind of on the border of Texas and Arkansas. I guess hence the name. Excuse me. And yeah, set in 1946, there was a series or string of murders on basically young couples out in an area there like Lover's Lane, you know, two young couples in a parked car, this kind of thing, and this mysterious stranger killed and or just appeared and killed them both in gruesome kind of ways, particularly the women. And police investigation, of course, was launched, and the killer was never caught. And yeah, it basically set the tone, or gave a lot of ideas to a lot of horror movies for 30 odd fucking years to come and stuff. So that's the basic story of the movie. My thoughts and opinions on it. I really like this movie. I always kind of did. The movie is how to say this? It's the movie is set as a kind of a documentary, right? So there is that voiceover going through it, which now and again interplays and kind of gives you important dates and times and stuff like this to give you the feel that it's a documentary. It's not a slasher movie. It's a crime, detective, horror, drama kind of movie. That's how I would fucking kind of classify it as. However, you would be different, of course, but that's how I would say what it is. And also this movie, what I liked about it is that basically the police department in this movie is the kind of protagonist. It's not a young female who were, you know, hoping that she makes out of this one alive kind of thing, or it's not a bunch of kids camping in the woods and they're the protagonists. In this case, it's actually the police department. They're the kind of stars of it, and they, after the first couple of murders, it makes the news, so they call in this big hotshot Texas Ranger, who's like apparently the most famous Texas Ranger, for him to come in and try and help the police solve the mystery. You have the kind of lead police characters, but there isn't necessarily one of them that is the kind of lead character of the movie. There's an attempt to kind of put in a bit of comedy here or there, I guess, to maybe take away from the seriousness of the movie, just to get a bit of lighthearted view in it, which is by the police officers, the character, I think his name is Sparky or Sparkplug or something, and you know, every kind of scene with him is a calamity, or he forgets the car keys, or you know, he's dressed up as a woman when they're trying to use deterrence to lure the killer in and things like that. So that's that bit of the movie I wanted to talk about, trying to actually classify it. The killer himself in it, who is known as the Phantom, looks very kind of good. It's very menacing. I mean, I don't need to go on about it, but Friday the 13th Part 2 borrowed his appearance, definitely, for the way Jason looks in it. And he's, you know, it's not a very gory movie. The kills in it and everything aren't over the top, but they are pretty gruesome, and the pacing of it is well done. Like the chase scenes when he chases are good. He does this mad kind of breathing in and out when he's angry, and you kind of see that cloth mask go in and out, in and out, in and out, showing his kind of rage, which is, it sets the tone for things he does. He himself is very strong, very violent, you know, scary kind of fucking dude. And he's quite cunning, you know, when you see him kind of setting up to the cars, he backs off and kind of hides behind and moves around. Or, you know, you see him kind of planning his kills rather than just appearing and slashing somebody off and stuff, which also was good. As I said, it isn't kind of a crime. Some people might just say this is like a detective movie. It's not horror, you know. But the thing is, with those kind of movies, they usually show you the aftermath. You know, they'll show you what happened to the body. They won't, you know, afterwards. They won't show you the attack and things like that, which that makes stuff in this case more of a horror for me, is when you actually see it. You know, So that, do I have anything else to say about it? Police being the protagonist, we do follow the police on it. This is loosely based on the true story of these killings that happened in 1946 in Texarkana, but it's a bit loosely based. So much loosely that I think there was a few loose lawsuits flying around there against the filmmakers that put it out and stuff. But it says it on the front of the actual DVD cover, so I wouldn't be spoiling it by saying that, you know, they didn't catch the killer. It says on the front of it that he still walks the streets of Texarkana today. I mean, there was kind of that debate in the 2014 version of it if they did actually catch him and he did actually die after, you know, they shot him and he fell in and all this stuff. But it's a better plug for the movie when, you know, people think, oh, the killer's still out there and stuff like that. So yeah, I did talk about the 2014 version of this last week here on the channel. I'll put a link in the description if you want to go back and check out what I said about that. Other than that, I think I've kind of touched on everything I wanted to say about this movie. If you haven't seen it, I would highly recommend it. 2 thumbs up to the Town of Dreaded Sundown. For the time it came out, I mean, it was a quite terrifying, gory movie from other releases and from other things I've heard about, you know, when it came out in the 70s and stuff, you know. And it's very well done. I think it looks fucking great. A lot of people have said it looks bad at the video quality and things like this. They really need to be spiced up. I mean, for a 70s movie, I think it looks really, really good, considering it's meant to be, you know, based in the 40s with the cars and everything like that. I love the look of the movie. I love those old cars, the scenes in the woods, the scenes at night. You know, 2 thumbs up, Town of Dreaded Sundown from OUTSIDER365. Thanks a lot for checking out the review. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe to the BodyBags page. I'll put a link in the description below to my own review page here on YouTube. And see you soon. Thanks for watching. Take care. Bye now.